I've got 2 young kids, and it's their future and their kids' future that I care about. Living in a world affected by climate change, when we've known of solutions, why wouldn't you try your bloody hardest to avoid that outcome?
My name's Sam Elsom. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Sea Forest company, started to tackle emissions reduction a bit through the cultivation of seaweed. Always had environmental leanings. You know, grew up listening to Midnight Oil and camping, and when I learned about the trajectory we were on and the finite amount of time we had to act to do something about it, I became focused on trying to improve the world that my kids will inherit. You know, feeling a little bit helpless in a way, like it's hard for an individual to really feel like they can make an impact on the planet. It was when I learned about seaweed that I felt like here's a solution that we could really amplify. There's something like 14,000 recorded species of seaweeds or something. So I found out about Asparagopsis. My wife's dad is a sugarcane farmer. When we go and visit him, we watch Landline on the couch. This particular weekend they were talking about seaweed, and it was research that was being done on cattle using seaweed, and I was like, holy cow. It's exactly what I've been looking for. Asparagopsis, it's a native seaweed that when fed to livestock in super small amounts, like less than a fistful a day, eliminates methane. Learning that solutions existed and that weren't being put into action, I guess sparked the birth of the Sea Forest, and just rolled our sleeves up and started growing Asparagopsis. I wasn't even really aware of this at the time, but livestock are the second biggest contributor to greenhouse gas emissions in the world.
I love the idea of the fact that we're going to resolve this problem of methane emissions out of cows. I reckon this is the future of livestock industries around the world.
So this is like essentially what the cattle would eat. It's just a handful a day. The consequences of growing this seaweed that captures CO2, that creates an environmental benefit, and then feeding it to cattle, eliminating the second biggest contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, just held enormous potential. And so there's a huge use for a native seaweed that can drive the development of an environmentally positive industry in our country. I feel like it's like watching one of those lava lamps or something. Asparagopsis has a really complex chemistry. It's these compounds that are responsible for the methane abatement in cattle. We've still got so much work to do. I do believe that there's an enormous impact that we can make on emissions reduction through what we're doing, but I also feel like let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm also really proud to be leaving the world a better place than when I found it. We want to inspire our kids to learn and to care for our planet, and I'm definitely excited to build a business that's using nature to create solutions to a huge environmental issue. Funny, you know, when you taste it, it's almost like got like a sea truffle kind of flavour. It's weird.